Level Up Protocol. This video and all my videos are brought to you by Level Up Supplements. Tonka Ali is what we have available now. There's more varieties coming soon. We have a sea moss and bladderwrack blend and a lung clearing tea coming very soon. This is the website right here. Subscribe to the newsletter list. You'll know about the new products and get a little discount code. So 2023 is upon us. It is 2 days away. And I'm here to tell you guys that this is the year to make it happen. For whatever you're trying to do, this is the year to make it happen. A lot of people hate on New Year's resolutions. They're always like, oh, whatever, everyone makes resolutions and they don't stick to them or whatever. I'm not one of those people. I make resolutions, I stick to them, I make goals, I achieve them. And I believe any opportunity for people to better themselves and level up, I'm all for it. So all you negative Nancy, negative Neanderthals over there who don't care about New Year's resolutions, you can close this video and go watch some mindless content and be the same person you were last year and the year before and the year before and be stagnant forever and average. But for my Level Up family of people who are trying to make it happen, I have a couple tips for you guys that really will help you with your resolutions and just getting the new year together basically. The number one tip I have for you guys is do not set your expectations crazily unrealistically high, especially for things like the gym and your health and your diet and stuff like that. Don't say I'm going to lose 50 pounds and I'm going to switch up my diet on January 1st and not eat any more sugar and have no more junk food or whatever. Be realistic with yourself, because when you set goals like that in detail and very high expectation type goals, and you don't achieve them, it can be very disheartening and it can cause you to just give up on everything now. Say you set a goal like I'm going to work out 7 days a week and January comes and the first week you're killing it, the second week you slack, you don't work out 2 or 3 days or 4 days, and now you're like, well, I've ruined my 7-day-a-week program, so I'm not going to work out anymore. I'll figure it out a couple months later. Be realistic about your goals. If you don't work out at all, say I'm going to work out 3 days a week, 4 days a week, something realistic. If your diet is garbage, say I'm going to stop eating junk food. I'm going to start cooking my own food, or I'm going to stop having snacks at nighttime or something like that. Just be realistic about your health goals. Now, on that same note, write your goals out in detail. And I mean write, like buy a book like this, which is literally $2. Get a pen or a pencil, if you guys remember what these things are, and write your goals out. The physical act of writing it out makes a difference. And you can go back, you can look at them. You can always there's something magical about writing out your goals and thoughts. So write your goals out in detail. Now, I don't know if I have this book right. Think and Grow Rich. I keep letting this book out to people and they don't read it. And it's really fucking annoying. I need to stop doing that. And they need to stop doing that. They need to start reading it. That's the side note. But Think and Grow Rich, it gives a perfect layout of how to write out your goals. It says what you want, what you're willing to do to get there, and exactly what you want, like down to the numbers and the dates and everything. If you guys don't have that book, I'll put the link in the bio and I strongly suggest you buy it and read it. It's a must for anyone who's trying to be financially successful in life. Now, to set 2023 off, what I suggest you guys to do is train your brain. Train your brain to do what you say. Start in the most minuscule type of way. If you wake up and you're like, I have to do my laundry today, do your laundry right away. Don't go watch Netflix. Don't chill out. Don't go hang out. Do what you are going to say. Your subconscious mind, like think if you had a friend who was always saying things that he's going to do and never does them. You lose faith in him. You don't believe what this guy's saying anymore. When he says stuff, it doesn't have any merit. You're just like, he's always just flapping his gums. Well, guess what? The universe and your subconscious mind sees you that same way when you make goals of yourself and you don't stick to them. Whether it's something small like, oh, I'll fold those clothes on my bed, and then the day passes through, you put the clothes on the floor, next day they're back on your bed. You keep doing these things, it's actually neural pathways in your brain, but your brain starts to not take what you say seriously. So I suggest you guys really train your brain to do what you say. Write a to-do list every day and do everything you're going to do on that list. If you make plans with friends, keep those plans. If you say you're going to do something for someone, actually do that and do what you say. This is probably the biggest tip I can give you guys right now that'll drastically change your life, is if you start doing exactly what you say you're going to do. And if you're not going to do something, then don't even say it. Now, I do suggest, watching inspirational, motivational videos, like mine. And there's obviously a ton of other videos out there on YouTube. But stay away from toxic positivity. Toxic positivity can make you feel very hopeless at times. You know, some people who are like, oh, if you want money, you have to hustle and get it. It's like, yeah, but what the fuck does that mean? You know, like hustle and get it. Like when you're completely hopeless and you have no idea of what to do, you have to put in the work. You have to do research. You have to see people who are making money, analyze what they're doing, read their books, look into their businesses, look at the products they're selling, look at the competition. You know what I mean? You really have to get in the field. You can't just sit around watching YouTube videos all day on inspirational, motivational talks and expect things to magically come into your life. Which goes into the next thing I'm going to tell you guys is put effort in. And this goes for men and women, especially in love and relationships. Put effort into what you want. I know a ton of beautiful women that are single and they can't figure out why they're single, but the bottom line is they're not putting in effort. They have men that are putting in effort into them and they're not returning the effort and they're expecting things to just fall into their lap. That's no different from you just sitting around and hoping for riches and a love of your life and just sitting around and doing nothing. You're not getting in shape. You're not going on dating apps. You're not approaching women when you see them. You're not going out to socialize, but you're just still expecting things to come to you. It's never going to work that way. So you guys have to put in effort for everything. If you want love in your life, put in all the effort. I have other videos on that, the steps you have to take, and you have to do that. And women too, because again, I see this all the time. Like women just don't want to put in any effort. They don't want to go on dates with guys or talk to new guys or anything, but then they're just hoping for this mystical, magical love of their life to fall into their lap. Or they have guys in their life who are giving them effort, you know, and they're not matching it and they're expecting it to just grow into something they want. So put in effort, guys and girls. Now, another thing I'll tell you guys is stay consistent. With anything in life, there's ups and downs. There's times where doing what you have to do is very easy to do and very satisfying to do. And there's times in your life where it feels terrible to do what you have to do. And that's the last thing that you want to do, but you have to do it, whether it's working out or investing your time in your job, your career. Stick to your goals no matter what. A great saying that I actually recently read, it said, when you're at your best, plan for your worst. So when things are all going marvelous and everything is just going exactly the way you want it, anticipate how it's going to be when they aren't going the way you want and prepare for that and plan for that and get a preemptive strike ready. So when shit hits the fan, which it always does in life, you're prepared for that and you're not knocked off your high horse and completely down in the dumps. So have a plan mentally and actually a written out plan for what you're going to do at times when you don't feel good. So whether you're trying to beat an addiction like weed or something like that, so have an exit strategy plan. Like, okay, if I feel a real craving to smoke weed on this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave my place. I'm going to walk around the block for a second. I'm going to do 25 push-ups. I'm going to go to the gym, or I'm going to cook a healthy meal or something. If you're trying to quit pornography or drugs or something, have an exit plan ready. Like, okay, this is what I'm going to do so I can escape that temptation of what I'm in. But you have to plan. You have to put the effort in and plan. It's like war. If you go to war, you have to plan for what's going to happen for when you're losing the war. You can't just expect everything to go to your way. That's a whole nother topic. I don't want to get into that. We'll get into that in another video. But what I am saying is plan ahead. Now, the final step I'm going to tell you guys, 2023, to achieve your goals. And I know this is some generic stuff you've probably heard a million times before, but make a vision board. My mom swears by vision boards. But what people don't understand, it's not some mystical, magical thing like you make it and put it up and it's like some magical spell where it brings all these things into your life. It's actually the process of you making the vision board in itself is where the real magic happens. When you sit down and you think about, if I could have anything in the world, if I could have any person in the world, any money, any car, any house, what would it be? That's where the magic is. That's where you sit around and actually start manifesting these things in your brain and your mind and thinking about the real route to them. Like, how can I actually get to this place or to this thing that I want? So I really suggest you guys make a vision board. Write out the things you want, experiences you want, the type of person you want, all that type of stuff. Then look up for pictures of it online. Go to Staples or whatever, get some nice high quality color pictures of it printed, or cut them out of magazines or whatever you may need to do. Get a big Bristol board, glue or tape them on there, and put this vision board somewhere where you can see it every day. Now me, I have a small condo, so I kind of keep it in my closet where I open it and I can see it in my closet because I don't really like people seeing my vision board and asking me questions, and it's no one's business but your own, to be honest. So I keep it in my closet, and every day I'll just look at it and just analyze. And a majority of the things that I had on my vision board, I've achieved, and now it's time for the next level. And this is several people I know, my mom, some of my friends, they've made vision boards, and literally pretty much all the things that they had on there, they ended up achieving and getting. That's the last tip I have for you guys. That's it for 2023. If you check this video out and if you follow the instructions and the tips I've given you here, it'll help you achieve your goals and set your year off right. And hopefully you guys continuously level up. You guys can name some resolutions and some goals you have in the comment section, and maybe, who knows, we'll come back in a year and I'll see where you guys are at. I'll ask you about these goals, and hopefully you can tell me you've achieved them. That's it for this one. The year is almost at a close. This will probably be my last video for the year. So thank you guys for subscribing to my channel and giving me your views and your comments. It's only been about 3 or 4 months, but we've made a lot of progress and we've got a whole lot more to go. So on that note, I'm Trilla D. This is Level Up Protocol, and be your best self.